do want to welcome everybody again. I just want to take a second, and most of them have now left the room, but the EC3 culinary program is doing a great job, and I take great pride because I had the pleasure of working with the two people who are now running the show over here. Miss Linda Lowe for a long time was my cafeteria manager at Central Hardin, and I still call him Officer Ramsey. He was our first SRO, and now he's Chef Ramsey. And I just, I can't say that because I thought he might cuss somebody, because that's all I think of when I think of Chef Ramsey. But they do a great job here, and I thought the kids did an awesome job tonight, if y'all don't mind recognizing them. All right, just to give our inductees a heads up, we're going to go kind of in, you'll be introduced in the order from the one that graduated the farthest back, and then we'll end the night with our illustrious first principal of Central Hardin, Mr. Campbell. So just to give you, because I know sometimes people get a little bit nervous about public speaking. You don't have to feel like you need to say anything, but we definitely want to give you the time to recognize whoever you want to recognize. All right, so let's start with our first inductee. I am proud. I thought the class of 2021 was an outstanding bunch, but I was talking to one of the candidates as we came in here, and it's, we're still very early in the process of the Hall of Fame. I think this is our fifth class, and they're just an abundance of great athletes. They come through the doors at Central Hardin to choose from. And I will probably do it again before you leave, but one of the things I'd like, especially our inductees, to think about after tonight is people that went to school around you, whether they played the same sport you did or not, that maybe you think, well, when I was going to school, I thought they were the big dog, or whatever you want to call it, and take the opportunity to nominate somebody else from around your time so that we can continue recognizing deserving individuals. I know I was blessed to coach girls basketball and cross country while I was there. Among some other things, I was actually an assistant cheerleading coach for about 4 years. What I did was drive the bus and help Lou Ambrosier with her paperwork. And then I have to put in quotation mark, I was an assistant football coach for a year, but I knew nothing. The two men that hired me were just either desperate or not very smart, because I knew nothing. I called the defense for the freshmen, and it wasn't until the spring of the following season that I'm working out where Coach Power let me help with the defensive back in spring practice the next year, that I looked at him and I said, I think I'm finally understanding this. And if you saw the record of the freshmen that year, you would understand. It wasn't good. So our first candidate tonight is Miss Amanda Peters Clark, a 1999 graduate of Central Hardin, where she was a varsity letterman for the Lady Bruin basketball team, Lady Bruin softball team, and track and field. Amanda began her basketball career in 1995 as an 8th grader, went on to be a part of the 1996 17th District Champion, 5th Region Champion, and State Runner-Up team. In that same year, Amanda was a member of the Kentucky AAU State Championship team and the Blue Chip USA Invitational team, finishing 8th in the nation. Amanda's high school basketball career continued to flourish as a member of the 1998 5th Region All-Tournament team, 1999 17th District and 5th Region Championship teams. Amanda was named to the 17th District and 5th Region All-Tournament teams, 5th Region Coaches Association All-Region team, and received the Courier Journal All-State Honorable Mention her senior year. As a 4-year member of the Lady Bruin softball team, she was named 1996 All-Tournament team at the Hart County Invitational. She received the 1997 Most Stolen Base Award and earned the 1998 highest batting average with 480, highest stolen bases with 21, and highest on-base percentage at 74%. As a 3-year member of the Bruin track and field team, Amanda set 4 school records in 1998, including second place individual finish at the state long jump, 17.5 feet, and an individual triple jump of 33 feet 4 inches. 5th in the state in the 800-meter relay, and 6th in the state in the 1,600-meter relay. In that same year, Amanda was awarded with the Track and Field Most Valuable Athlete Award. Central Hardin graduating class also voted Amanda as the most athletic female. After graduation, Amanda continued to play basketball and college to walk on at U of L for 1 year and then transferred to Kentucky Wesleyan, where she received a full scholarship. She graduated with a bachelor's in accounting and a minor in business administration in 2003. Amanda then moved to Yorktown, Virginia, and started her career in accounting at Newport News Shipbuilding and a subsidiary of Huntington Ingalls Shipbuilding and the nation's sole provider of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers and submarines. She has remained in the same company for the past 18 years with increasing responsibility in accounting systems, engineering, software development, and management. She currently serves as Director of Cyber and IT and Chief of Staff to the Chief Information Officer. Amanda married Jason Clark in 2003 and they have 2 children, Michael and Emily. She coaches youth sports and started a basketball academy in 2019, the Peninsula Hoops Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Peters Clark.
I have my little cheat sheet here. So first of all, thank you everyone for being here tonight. I'm honored, I'm humble to be here and grateful to be amongst this class of 2021, a great group and a great class. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for a lot of people that I'd like to say thank you to. And first off, to God and to all the relationships and the people that He's put in my life. That's really helped me get to where I am today and the success that I've had. So with that, the first relationship obviously is my parents. Try to keep this here. So my mom and my stepdad who are here tonight, they really supported me through the entire journey of my high school career. My high school career. Every ball game, they were there. They showed up. They were in the stands. They the missed uniforms or forgotten uniforms or shoes or socks. They always made it there. The new shoes that I needed. Traveling to the games, we went many out-of-state games. To Louisiana, Pennsylvania, and even through college. We made the trip to Alaska and then also to Hawaii through college basketball. So, they supported me when they were there. One thing that the only thing I can think of, my mom would always say in the car is, shoot the three. Why aren't you shooting? And my stepdad, he's the more logical and calm one, and I think he never really said anything, but we always knew why I didn't shoot the three if you knew my field goal percentage. So I just thank you for your support and for being there and not always critiquing me, but just having the love and support. Secondly, to my coaches. So I see 2 of the coaches here, but the one neat thing about our program was we had a lot of coaches involved, a lot of volunteer coaches, and it was really neat when we showed up at the gym because we almost had as many coaches as we did players on the floor in many cases, which was really, really neat. First of all, Coach Bogue, I see Coach Bogue here from softball. He was my head softball coach. And I don't know if you know it, but I actually quit my senior year softball. And I took my uniform and I turned it in to Coach Bogue, and I thought I was going to concentrate on track and think I was going to get, maybe I could be a state champion in track. But I'll never forget, because I turned in the uniform that afternoon. I see Coach Buckles there, because I ended up in Coach Buckles' office. And he calls me in, he says, you're quitting softball? And I said, well, I just thought that, maybe I need to concentrate on track. And Coach Buckles said, no, that's not a good enough reason. Coach Bogue's my friend, and you're not going to do that. Go get your uniform. I said, okay. And I did. I went and got my uniform, and I was back out on the field. So, and what that really meant, though, was a lot of what it said about Coach Bogue as a softball coach and as our assistant coach. He really was a friend, not just to Coach Buckles, but to everybody that played for him. He was a friend. He was kindness. He showed kindness to everybody, and you always could count on him to just give you that pat on the back to be there. And with that, Coach Buckles is here. I can't, thank him enough. He really set the standard for our entire program. I think everybody on the program really knew what he stood for, what the program stood for: your faith, your church, your home and your family, your health and your school, and then there was basketball and sports. And I think everybody that played for him knew that. Like I said, we didn't always have the easiest times, because I was pretty stubborn and I learned a lot of hard lessons from Coach Buckles, but he hung in there with me, and I really appreciate that. And not only did he, teach me the game of basketball, but really about the game of life. So thank you, Coach Buckles. And then my teammates, and I actually see Brittany back there, so I'm happy that one of my teammates is here. You can't get through any team sport without your teammates. It takes a talented team of diverse individuals, and sometimes that's actually a hard thing to learn. And another Coach Buckles story. So if any of you watched me play as a point guard, I thought I could pass the ball to anyone, anywhere on the court, and I could, if I saw a gap, I was going to thread the ball in there. So Dana Rassinger, 6'2" post player, her talent was tall and high. Coach Buckles, throw the ball to her high, get her the ball high. And what did I do? Every time, it was a bounce pass. She was open, and I thought it was a good pass. But I'll never forget, after, I probably didn't listen the 5th time, he took me out of the game after I made a bounce pass to her, and she missed it. And I thought, that was a nice pass. Why am I coming out of the game? And so the lesson that I learned there is, you have to know the talents and the strengths of your team, and not just in basketball, but in life and in everything that we do. And I had to know and understand, who my teammates were on the court. And even though she missed the ball, we weren't successful as a team. And so thank you to all my teammates. Those I wish every teammate could be here, but the memories and friendships and the lessons we learned really last a lifetime. So thank you for that lesson. That's one of tons of lessons that I've learned. Thank you to my family here, my brothers here, tonight, my husband, who drove the 10.5 car ride the whole way so we can make sure we were here tonight from Virginia. And one of the things I think about is, my kids and my nieces and nephews, and my hope is that they have the same coaches and support system that I had growing up. So, and then lastly, to the administration, Coach Isaacs, he was actually on the bench and assistant coach with us for a while too. So appreciate your support and everything that you've done for Central Hardin. Mr. Campbell, congratulations to you and the principal staff and the entire administration at Central Hardin. Thank you for what you've done for the program and continue to do to invest in the students and athletes at Central Hardin. Thank you.
Our next inductee is Andrea Dukes. Andrea is a 2001 Central Hardin graduate. As a Bruin, Andrea was member of the multiple Bruin athletic teams, including 4 years with the Lady Bruin soccer team, 7 years on the cross-country team, and she was a 10-year member of the track and field team. In 1994, she earned the title of Region Cross-Country Champion and was third-place finisher at the Kentucky State Cross-Country Meet. In 1999 and 2000, she was named the top offensive player in soccer and earned her place on the first team of the All-State soccer team in 2000. Andrea currently resides in Louisville and works for physical therapy as a physical therapy assistant for an outpatient physical therapy clinic. She lives with her dog Ruby, always the athlete. She has been a finisher in 10 marathons, including the Boston Marathon in 2011. She is also a 2013 and 14 Louisville Ironman finisher. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Dukes.
Well, I'm not going to speak as much as Amanda did, so just heads up there. Thank you so much for having me here tonight. I would like to thank my coaches, Coach Seymour and Coach Jay, that are attending tonight, for the love of the sport and believing in me even when I didn't believe in myself sometimes. I genuinely loved working hard for you, myself, and my teammates. And of course, I want to thank my parents. I appreciate all the pickups and drop-offs, the late night games, tears of joy and heartbreak, but most of all, your love and support. Thank you for believing in my dreams and sometimes my lofty goals. And to my bro, thanks for roughhousing me young and for being my first soccer buddy. Thank you all.
See, that's the way to show the speed that you exhibited in high school right there. That's awesome. Andre Miller is the next inductee and was a 2007 graduate at Central Hardin. Andre was a member of the Bruin basketball team. He was named All-District 3 times from 2005 to 2007. He was All-Fifth Region First Team in 2006 and 2007. In 2006, he was named to the 3rd Team All-State and the King of the Bluegrass All-Tournament Team. His senior year, 2007, Andre was named to the 2nd Team All-State and was a McDonald All-American nominee. He's a member of the Central Hardin Boys Basketball 1,000-Point Club and 500-Rebound Club, finishing with 1,236 points and 630 rebounds respectively over his career. Andre holds the school record for most points scored in a game at 39. After graduation, Andre played 2 seasons at Wabash Valley, making the all-conference team as a freshman. He received his bachelor's degree in education from Western Kentucky University in 2014. Andre is currently the regional manager for Planet Fitness and head coach of the boys junior varsity and head assistant of the boys varsity boys basketball team. Andre is happily married to Christina Kropinski Miller. They have 2 sons, Levi and Drayson. Ladies and gentlemen, Andre Miller.
I didn't prepare a speech, so I just carried this up here. It looked like I was more prepared. So, first off, I want to thank God, obviously, for allowing us all to be here tonight. Secondly, oh, we have a big boy. Secondly, my family, which most of them are able to be here tonight, which is awesome. I'll just kind of go through some stories, I guess, about my high school career. I know you all heard that the 39-point school record was mentioned. Still wasn't good enough. Whenever I got home, I just want to thank my dad for how much he pushed me throughout my high school career, not only in sports but in life. I wouldn't be the man I am today if it wasn't for him. My grandmother, whenever I played college ball, it was roughly 3 hours away, and I remember we would have 8 o'clock p.m. games, and she would still make it, drive up there, and then head home right after the game. So wanted to thank them too, especially. Wanted to thank my coaches, which is Coach Wright is unable to be here tonight. I think his youngest boy was able to graduate. What was he? He was graduating, Coach Nichol? Boot camp, excuse me. So thank Coach Wright. Has some awesome coaches on staff. Coach Nichol is actually my freshman coach. He's actually in the building tonight. He's now the head varsity basketball for the men's basketball program now, which I'm happily to say that I'm right there beside him, coaching with him, which is pretty amazing. Still being a part of the program, which is awesome. Just being an alumni, and still being able to go out there on the court and teach the boys the game that I love is just something that is just amazing to do. With that being said, Mr. Isaacs, I appreciate you having us tonight. Thank you all.
Our 4th inductee is Kylie Brady Hughes. Kylie is a 2008 graduate of Central Hardin, where she was a varsity letterman for 5 years for both the Lady Bruin basketball and softball teams. As a member of the Lady Bruins basketball team, Kylie received many honors. She was a 4-year member of the 17th District All-Tournament team, 3-year member of the 5th Region All-Tournament team. 2008, she was a McDonald's All-American nominee and a member of the KABC East-West All-Star team. Her high school basketball career stats include 1,600 points, 400 assists, 500 rebounds, and over 200 steals. Kylie set the school record of 42 points in a game against Sierra High School in San Diego, California. As a member of the Lady Bruins softball team, Cali was a 5-year member of the 5th Region All-Tournament team and a 4-year member of the 17th District All-Tournament and All-Area softball teams. In 2006, she was awarded the All-Area Sophomore of the Year, 2007 and 8 All-Player of the Year, All-Area Player of the Year, and in 2008 she was awarded the 5th Region Player of the Year. In 2007 and 8, recipient of the Kentucky Softball Coaches Association First Team All-State Award, a member of the 2008 Kentucky East-West All-Star Team, and 2008 East-West All-Star Spirit of Competition Award winner. Cali earned a 4.0 every year of high school, making her a 4-year academic All-State recipient in both sports. After high school, Cali continued her basketball career for the Knights at Bellarmine University from 2008 to 13. She was a 4-year starter and a 3-year captain for the Knights. During her career at Bellarmine, she was named the GLVC Women's Basketball All-Conference Team her sophomore through senior seasons. As a junior, Cali earned MVP honors as she led the Knights to the championship in the United Electric Tip-Off Classic. As a senior, she ranked 4th in the GLVC and 34th nationally in assist-turnover ratio at 1.8. Cali finished her career 18th in program history in scoring with 1,179 points, 9th in assists with 319, 8th in steals, and 7th in three-pointers made. In 2020, Cali was one of 5 players selected to the Bellarmine Women's Basketball All-Decade Team. While attending Bellarmine University, she obtained her Bachelor's and Master's of Science in Nursing. Cali has been a registered nurse with Norton Healthcare since graduation and currently works with the Adult Critical Care Adult Critical Care Manager at Norton Women's and Children's Hospital. She resides in Louisville with her wife Allison and 3 daughters, Quinn, Sloan, and Marin. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kylie Brady Hughes.
Thank you guys for being here tonight, and all of those at EC3 that put this on, as well as Sarah, your hard work tonight. I appreciate that, and everybody else. I'm sure that I am not aware that was involved, but Coach Isaacs obviously has mentioned some tonight. So I'm honored and grateful to be here and to Central Hardin for this induction. I want to take this opportunity to thank my parents and coaches especially. While I certainly appreciate the countless hours that each of you spent with me in a gym, on a field, in the batting cages, what I appreciate more than your rebounds or soft toss are the values that you instilled in me as an adolescent. I stand before you today as a product of those values and life lessons. Through the vessel of basketball and softball, I learned the value of hard work, mental toughness, teamwork, accountability, and resiliency. As mentioned, I am a nurse and currently hold the position as critical care nurse manager at Norton Women's and Children's in Louisville. Throughout my career, but particularly these last couple years, each of those values have been something that I've leaned on more than any other time in my life. And you know, I used to joke in high school that I could get through anything for 2 hours of practice. Trust me, we ran a lot of bleachers and did a lot of sprints. And if we didn't make it in time, we did it again. So I used to joke about that in high school and college. That turned to 3 or 4 hours a day. As a nurse, that's turned into about 12-hour shifts. As of recently, that's 14 to 16-hour shifts. But you know, that's something that in high school I didn't really realize playing sports. I didn't necessarily recognize the importance of those values and lessons. I understood and I saw how it served me well. But as I progressed throughout my career and life in general, I'm incredibly grateful to have had those mentors who put the time and effort into teaching me those valuable lessons. I hope that each one of you here tonight, Coach Buckles, Coach Isaacs, Coach Martin, I think I saw him as well, and my parents, of course, I hope that you can look at me today as a professional, a spouse, a mother, and see that your efforts were not wasted, and that I hope that I'm serving you proud in those lessons and those values that you've instilled in me. So I just wanted to say that I'm grateful for that, and thank you to all that are here for the 5 of us. We're certainly grateful. I know that I speak for us as a whole in saying that, you know, it's great to have this support and to know that many of you are still serving our community and our school and doing that well. Central Hardin will always have a special place in my heart. And for that, I am very grateful and proud to be as part of this class of 2021. So go Bruins.
Before we get our last candidate, I do want you to realize that we will be actually handing out the plaques when you're announced at the football game during halftime. So you got to actually come to the game to get the plaque. Now, the parking lot is a mess. We are in the major renovation / addition, and if you've not been over there, you're in for a treat. When we got ready to open the school year, about a month before school, they told me I was going to be down to 144 student parking spaces, and I said I quit because I have 89 co-opers. All right, and so I was going to have to tell only 54 seniors out of 450 they could drive to school. Yeah, no. So it's getting better, but the place is it's interesting. I did bring some of the artist renderings of what it will hopefully look like, and my mantra for the next couple years is it'll be worth it when it's done. It'll be worth it when it's done. I'm just worried that I'm going to be Moses. I get to see the promised land, but I'm not going to get to live in it, especially with the delays that seem to be coming. I'm super proud to be a part of this class because I think the neatest thing for me personally is I came in contact with each one of you in one form or fashion, and that is just exciting to me. Now, the last inductee is the most important as far as I'm concerned because he hired me, and so none of this is possible if he doesn't take a chance on me, and I really appreciate that much. Now, as I read his bio, I think something's missing though, Mr. Campbell, because I was looking for your current job at Kroger, because that's the only place I see you. So I thought you were employed by Kroger. But so if you want to visit, that's usually the best place to catch it. All right, so our final inductee to the class of 2021 is Mr. Dale Campbell. He is the 1971 graduate of Tates Creek High School in Lexington. He received his Bachelor of Science from Western Kentucky University in 1975 with a focus in special education. From 75 to 78, Mr. Campbell taught students with disabilities in Breckinridge County, where he was also the boys and girls basketball coach and football coach. He returned to Western and received his Master's of Arts with a major in secondary education and a minor in psychology in 1981, and then again in 1983 to get his rank 1 in school administration. Mr. Campbell served the students and student athletes of Hardin County School District for many years. He is the former North Hardin High School teacher and cross-country and track and field coach from 1978 to 83. In 1983, he was named assistant principal at West Hardin High School until 1989 when he became the principal. He served in this capacity through 1990 when he was named Central Hardin High School's first principal. He stayed there until his retirement in 2003. Mr. Campbell has received honors such as the 1998 5th Region Principal of the Year and the 5th Region Athletic Directors Hall of Fame in 2007. He's a member of the first graduating class of the Kentucky Leadership Academy and is a member of the Governor's appointed School Curriculum and Accountability Committee under former Governor Patton. Mr. Campbell has been married to his lovely wife Jill for 43 years. He is the father of Casey, a Central Hardin graduate, and a grandpa to Lily and Faith. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dale Campbell.
First of all, good evening. This is sort of a throwback. I see these people sitting out here, sort of like a faculty meeting at Central Hardin. I've got the coaches in the back, sitting in the very back, and they're antsy, waiting for it to be over with. Gentlemen, you need to be patient to be long. Anyhow, I'm honored to be selected to the Central Hardin Athletic Hall of Fame. I'd like to thank the Central Hardin Hall of Fame Selection Committee. And I've got several different groups I'd like to recognize. First of all, the existing members of the Hall of Fame and those who are being inducted tonight. Parents who were instrumental. I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of Central. Parents were very instrumental in getting Central Hardin athletic program off the ground, getting a good start. Leading that group was Kenny Lane, who's not here tonight. He's had some health issues. But a couple of names that a lot of you will not recognize, but there's 4 to start out with. Ralph Jones, Vince Hauser, Fred Clem, and Larry Vance. It's sort of a strange mix. You got 2 football parents and 2 band members, 2 band parents. This group of 4 got the football building built. We didn't have a contract. It wasn't built for us. Our community built that. And the band's part was that they would use the concession. And we had parents, students, coaches working on the building all summer. So I'm very proud of that. Let's see. Where the Central Hardin program is today didn't happen overnight. A lot of people gave their life, a lot of energy, and it's grown in baby steps now where it grows in large leaps and bounds. Many who have gone through the athletic program have become very successful in life, which I'm super proud, from doctors, lawyers, teachers, coaches, principals, and many other things. There were many moving parts in starting Central Hardin. I'm happy to be only one of many. And then the last thank you is to my wife, Jill, and my daughter, Casey. I was gone a lot, but I'm home a lot now, so that sort of makes up for it. Again, thank you. I appreciate it. Don't be using those here.
I won't. I tell you what, I gotta say this. I mean, I truly am thankful that he took a chance on me and let me come in, and then Mr. Ortiz, the second principal of Central Hardin, gave me the opportunity to be an assistant principal. I played for Coach Buckles and then had the pleasure to coach underneath him. Coach Bogue was my U.S. history teacher, and Mark Martin and I graduated together. There is a lot of neat history there. And again, if you run into Mr. Campbell at Kroger, the most annoying thing he will look at, I'll be sitting here talking to him, and he'll point to somebody and say, hey, that's John Smith. He graduated in 1992. And I'll think, I don't know the ones I have now. And he can name them from 30 years ago. And I was like, I don't know how you do it, sir. That is something that's always amazed and impressed me. So congratulations again to each and every one of you. This is a wonderful class, and we're excited about that. We will be introducing you at halftime. I want you to kind of meet me down there in the end zone near the scoreboard. We have reserved a spot for 1 car for each family to come up close. If you're in more than 1 car, I'm sorry about the walk. It'll be worth it when it's done. Okay. But we do hope you'll all be there. If families could come in as much as they can in one group, just a family group. I don't expect this whole group to come in together. But if you can come in kind of as much as you can as a family group, so that a pass gate knows that this is the Clark bunch and this is the Hughes bunch, and all, so it would just make life so much easier for me, because that's my bookkeeper at the pass gate, and I like to keep her happy as I can, because she keeps me out of jail. So please, glad you were here. I'm sure there's plenty more cake. Please enjoy whatever you want. If you want to take some with you, I think that'd be excellent for the ride home for our 3 little ones right here. All right. Zerg them up. All right. Seriously, take what you want. If anybody wants a picture with a plaque here where you've got nice lighting, please do that. Any pictures you want. Coaches, I'm sure, would be happy to take pictures with their former athletes. But enjoy your time here. But the game does kick off at 7:30, and we want to be in the gate before then. Okay? Thank you all. Let's give our inductees one more round.